Welcome back to another episode of Goat-Worthy Reactions, where we mainly like to focus on the goats on this channel. And today we're going to be focusing on a unicorn who is Ren. This is straight for the Patreon. We're doing Love Music Part 3. And it's a lyric video. My favorite. I love when it's a lyric video. If it's not a video, I would prefer for it to be a lyric video. It helps me follow along better and I can break down the bars better for y'all. But if anything, I am going to have the lyrics pulled up here as well, just in case we miss stuff. I don't want to keep rewinding too much, even though I know the Renegades do not care how much you rewind. Thank y'all for that. Y'all are one of the few fan bases that don't mind it. So this is another reason why I love reacting to Ren, because the fan base is just so dope. The love is genuine, and we're on season 2 already. This is episode 10, I believe. Yeah, so I'm having a bunch of fun. Season 3, we're going to be bringing Wifey along, and we're going to start from the beginning, and we're going to do tracks I ain't never heard before. I'll let y'all vote on which tracks we should show her first, you know what I'm saying, because I think y'all would know better. It's much different than Making the Stand, where I kind of know the catalog, so I will help y'all steer me with that one. But anyway, let's get right into it. Ren, Love Music Part 3. About to have fun.
I love this music. Whoa, I love this music, yeah. Day 456.
Little
Diaries of a boy in quarantine.
Okay.
Slowly but surely, I think I'm starting to lose my mind. You will find me in the club, bottle full of liquid nitrogen, breaking the ice when I mix it with hydrogen. A rollie in my mouth and a bucket of Vicodin, and my brain gone south and I'm losing my sight again. Drugs, say no to drugs, fuck it. Do all the drugs and make love, fuck it. Take it all the way, put a needle in your vein and collapse in a pile on the rug. Love it, overdoser, certified kosher. I rap too much, my tone's got an ulcer. Bow with the altar, stand like a soldier. Rage on the system like Zach de la Rocha. Now find my brothers, I'm on furious form. I raise my fist against the system that's all crooked and torn. I bring this culture of vultures, the righteous, the soldier. I'm filling up these body bags like I'm Jason Bourne. I said I get it on Donkey Kong, blowing up a smoke like Cheech and Chong, making sure I stir it like I'm Neil Armstrong. I'm feeling like I'm Neil because I'm the one to twist it, sick, quite sadistic, wrist for a biscuit, fucked up statistic, chauvinistic. Where are my bitches? Mystic, linguistic, volume, I twist it up. I love this music, boy. I love this music, yeah. I love this music, boy. I love this music, yeah.
Fire. Too easy. It's too easy for him. Making music is just too easy for him. And it's funny how he'll take this lighthearted beat, you know, this uppity thing, and like kind of old school, very like, it does give you, I like the fact that he has the lyric video like dated back in some of the scenes back in the 50s and stuff like that, because that's the vibe it gives me, the beat. So isn't it funny? He could take any kind of beat and make something dope to it, and he's still rapping stellar as hell. He's still rapping, right? You can find me in the club, bottle full of nitrogen, breaking ice when I mix them with hydrogen, a rollie in my mouth and a packet of Vicodin. Kind of reminds me of Eminem a little bit, not to bring up M, but it does remind me of it. I feel like Ren just kind of opens by just painting like a wild, almost like surreal party scene, right? And it's like the liquid nitrogen and hydrogen kind of just represents extremes, right? Like cold and explosive at the same time, almost, right? And it's just like elements that don't naturally combine, you know what I mean? But he's off one right now, or I should say he's on one right now. So anyways, either way, it's just like a metaphor for his own like internal, I don't know, like his risk taking, you know what I'm saying? Like how he sees things. I would say like the Vicodin hints at like self-medicating, you know, or numbness, right? Or just suggesting that there's pain or something deeper he's trying to mask, almost, right? Like he says it in a playful way, but you got to take these lyrics serious. Like I don't take his lyrics playfully anymore, you know what I'm saying? And like he said that one time, he said, no, not metaphorically lyrical, but I mean actually pull the trigger and pull it. Anyways, that was one of my favorite lines on Murderer. Yeah. So my brain gone south and I'm losing my sight again. Drugs, say no to drugs. F it, do all the drugs. Make love, F it. He said take it all the way. Put a needle in your vein. Like he went off. I say it reminds me of Eminem, because like M had said that one time. He said F that, take drugs, make fun of clubs, men who wear makeup, get aware, wake up, get a sense of humor. We're trying to sense the music. This is for your kids' amusement. It's for the kids. That just brought me back to that right there. The Eminem influence is crazy on Ren, and it's crazy that he twists it in his own way so much that some people don't even identify it. You actually almost have to be so synced into M to even identify the influence on Ren. You know what I mean? So if you're not too synced into Eminem, then you might not catch so much of the references that he makes, because he makes a lot of references to like old Eminem tracks or just old even interludes and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, I feel like the whole, drug, like take drugs, whatever. Obviously, he's not. It comes with a lot of sarcasm, but I feel like Ren, what he's doing here, I feel like he's addressing the substance abuse with just brutal honesty and sarcasm. You know what I'm saying? That's his style. Like, he does do that when he does talk about negative things. Like, he puts it in the sarcasm tone, so it's not to be taken so serious, man. Like, come on, get a grip. The line "say no to drugs." That's just like, what is that? That's like a parody on just like the old school anti-drug thing. Like, say no to drugs. Like, back in the day in my elementary school, it was like the DRUGS, right? Drugs spelled out, and it was an acronym. And like, this kind of reminded me of that a little bit. But it just sounds like an old school, just anti-drug campaign, right? But followed by his rebellious just dismissal of that message at the same time, right after, right? I like that because this, like, the shift from the irony to indulgence reflects on just like an internal struggle almost, but where he's grappling with, I don't know, like destructive impulses, but also finding release in them at the same time. And I feel like he's touched on these type of things before in the past in his other music that I've heard. But that's just Ren. That's just Ren, dog. He's just a mixture of so much. He's more than just a duality. He's more, man. He's got a lot of ways that he can explain and express himself. Very talented, very talented. Then collapsing a pile on the rug. Love it. Overdose. Certified kosher. I rap too much. My tongue spot on ulcer. He said, bow at the altar. Stand like a soldier. All right, for a second, let's forget what he's talking about. He rapping his ass off right now. He actually rapping, though. Like, that's the thing I respect about Ren. He can rap, though. So if you come at him, he might have some fire for you, dog. So you might want to just chill out. You know what I'm saying? It's like that nice guy. Like, it's like, don't take his kindness for weakness ever. You know what I'm saying? He showed that with the Cujo beatdown. I still need to get into with the little scrap he got in with the other YouTuber. I forget his name. What's his name? I forget. Y'all tell me in the comment section, though. He had beef with Knox or something like that. But I got to check that out still. But calling himself an overdoser, but also certified kosher. Like, it's a playful contradiction. Like, come on now. But at the same time, he's showing his, I would say, complexity and hinting at both purity and vice at the same time, which is not easy to do. A lot of rappers can't, well, a lot of artists, period, can't really do that. This is why I like having the lyrics up, because I'm able to really dive deep into this shit, right? So bow at the altar, I feel like that just kind of evokes like a religious ritual, right? Perhaps maybe highlighting his dedication to music despite the toll that's taken on him through it, right? Because we all know his health journey and everything he's gone through and how much he pushes himself, right? He pushes himself for the fans, for the art form. You know what I'm saying? He does it for the art form. I love it, man. He said, what he say here? Rage on the system like Zach De La Rocha. Amplify my brothers. I'm inferior. He said, I'm in furious form. I raise my fist against a system that's all crooked and torn. Yeah, I like this. And we already know he likes to get in his bag when he starts talking about this crooked system. I like that, right? I break this culture of vultures, the righteous, the soldiers. I like how he said, right? He said the righteous. It's just I don't know. He sounded kind of German when he said that. I guess we all got a little German in us, though, right? That's what people say, man. But he said, I feel like Ren just, he channels the Zach De La Rocha. Like, I don't know, like we all know Rage, and he made a somewhat of a reference when he said against the machine. He's talking about Rage. He's talking about Rage Against the Machine, obviously, but embodying that anti-establishment rage. You know what I'm saying? Which is what they stood for, really, right? By aligning with the iconic, we'll say, activist musician, right? He's declaring his own fight against societal corruption, which he's known for. We know he touches on this stuff all the time. He did it in the Money Games trilogy, and he's doing it now. He's done it in other records as well. It's one of his main juices, actually. He loves going at the corrupt system. But Amplify My Brothers, yeah, that shows like a sense of just, I would say, unity, purpose, as he positions himself as a rebel, not just for himself, but a broader cause, right? He's challenging systems he sees as broken, flawed, and he wants to bring light to it, because just acknowledging is the first step. People like, I don't know what can I do? I can't do nothing about it. We live in this cricket system. It is what it is. Well, just knowing about it it's the first step, and you never know when it's going to be your turn to step up and do something about it, because it can come across, when your wife is in danger, when your kids are in danger, or a family member or your parent or something like that, and you realize the system is behind it, and then all of a sudden you have this fight in you, right? And now you're happy you were acknowledged about it. And I feel like what Ren's doing is just spreading the word, making sure everybody acknowledges their part as well. Their part in the sense, because we all play a part. We all play a part in this crooked system. But he said, I'm filling up these body bags like I'm Jason Bourne. Hey, yo. He said I get it on Donkey Kong, blowing up smoke like Cheech and Chong. Make it stratospheric like I'm Neil Armstrong. Like the stratosphere, up into the stratosphere, Neil Armstrong. Okay, yeah, I like that. I feel like here he's like very playful again, right? I would say, right? But comparing himself to Jason Bourne, I feel like he's trying to reflect on the intensity, or that his lethal impact, maybe, right? That he believes his words have in this music game. Maybe on his rap stuff. I would say mainly to the rap stuff, because he's on his rap shit right now. So Ren uses pop cultures a lot. He likes to make a lot of references. So just the Donkey Kong, Cheech and Chong, Neil Armstrong. He's doing that to communicate that his dominance, humor, and his reach, right? He's making all of that present in this rap, and it's blending lightheartedness. I would say lightheartedness and with serious imagery, though. Like the imagery feels like very graphic and in your face, but he's just really just hinting at the duality of his character, of who he is. And again, I would say more than a duality, because a dual just me too. But I feel like he's got so many phases, so many ways he approaches music. It's insane, dog. It's insane. But I feel like he said feeling like I'm Neo because I'm the one. Quite sadistic, risk for biscuit, chauvinistic. Where my bitches? Hey, yo, he was going right there. He was going, no, he said mystic, linguistic, volume, twisted. Yo, he was going off right there. I feel like Ren really, I feel like he likens himself to Neo from the Matrix, right? Because we all know that's what he was talking about, right? But he's signaling that he views himself as unique, or destined to be something important in his world. And what do we say here on Goatworthy? We love to cover goats, but for Ren, we call him the unicorn. Why? Because he is unique. Because he's a master of all trades, man. Of all trades that he's into, man. He's a jack of many and a master of all. That's what he is. And it's funny that he's kind of saying that himself. Even with this Neo bar, he is saying that. That is what he's talking towards. I would say that's what he's speaking towards, right? I just feel like, calling himself an effed up statistic adds a darker layer, I would say, as he's aware he's part of the self-destructive cycle. We all are at the end of the day, but yet he still leans into it, though. And I think that's important. That's the acknowledgement, and that's the accountability that he's trying to make everyone not aware of. He's trying to spread awareness just through that as well, but more than awareness. He needs you to take ownership. Own your shit, right? Every part of this cycle. Stop the blame game. Acknowledge it and figure out what you're going to do. And protect yours. Right? Acknowledge it, be aware of it, and then protect yours. That's really what it is, right? That's really what it is. But we all play a part, man. I don't really know all the answers to that. I would just say acknowledging is what he's speaking towards, and I think that's pretty important, man. I think that's pretty important. Sorry, I kind of rambled just now.
Oh man, yeah, I'm flowing like an ocean, and I'm strong when I'm flowing like I'm Conan. I'ma flow till I grow in my soul, I'ma flow till I'm old, man. I say, oh damn, yeah, you know I'm feeling another serotonin, and I'm sharp like a Wolverine Logan. See that's with the flow Hulk Hogan, I'm zoning. This kind of rapping it will keep it on blisters, lighting up the book like I'm in a bar mitzvah. Don't resist the urge to scratch the itch and flick the switch to lift the volume in the mix up. Every time I'm rapping, I'm tapping into the mystic, ballistic, I keep it twisted, but gifted. I'm spirit for lifted to come and rap with the rip it. I take a rhythm and flip it, so turn my witty and lick it. I kill it, killer on my liver, spill it for a living, and lick a river, thrill it, villain. I'm a cannibal killer, I got the flow, yo. And I'm fresh like a polo. I used to force on my man calls me Han Solo, Han Duo, Han Trio, Han Quadro. Put my finger in your ring like I'm Frodo.
Did you really say that?
YOLO. I'm parasailing with Sarah Palin. I'm hammering
What?
on.
No, I gotta pause. I'm parasailing with Sarah Palin. Hold on, let's go back a little bit. Wait, let's pull up the lyrics. We got the lyrics right here. What am I talking about? Okay. Because I'm parasailing, Sarah Palin. So if you switch the S with the P, it's the same thing. Sarah Palin, Parasailing. It's crazy. It's sick wordplay, man. I like it. I like it. And that's like the quirky bars that I like. I like those type of bars. I'm saying if you're gonna make it quirky, make it creative, make it unique, make it something I haven't heard before. And I feel like that's something M would do, like that right there. So I gotta give him credit for that alone. But let's finish the verse though. Because he did go off, and we're gonna cover all of that. But let's let him finish.
Killer on my liver, spill it for a living, and liquor, liver, thrill living, and I'm a cannibal killer, I got the flow, yo. And I'm fresh like a polo. I used to force on my man calls me Han Solo, Han Duo, Han Trio, Han Quadro. Put my finger in your ring like I'm Frodo.
Did you really say that?
YOLO, I'm parasailing with Sarah Palin. I'm hammering puns I'm nailing. I'm like a fish cause I'm big Tom scaling. You're like a farmer, blood you're bailing, I'm sailing. Oh boy, on my Usain Bolt, I'm the boy. Put pressure on my peer, then I call it peer pressure, then I seize the day, cause I'm the godfather, get it? Groove if you let it, pass me the lettuce. Don't pass the sugar man, cause I'm diabetic. Rubber dub, 3 men in my top, and I'm sexually confused, so maybe they will get it. Just catch my bars next. Muscle fill bars to flex my biceps. Every time I kill it, there's bud on the set. Tell me, do you feel it? Do you fear it or respect? Cause when I spit fast, I'm the martial arts masterclass style artist. Flow the hardest. Giving them the rhythm when I kill them with the flow. When I'm giving them the rhythm when I kill them with the oh. Yeah. I love this music, boy.
Look at the video. Hey, they killing it.
I love this music, boy. I love this
The unicorn. We don't call him that for nothing. What do y'all think? What do y'all think is going on over here? We don't call him this for nothing. He said, oh man, got the flow. He said, I'm flowing like an ocean. He said, I'm strong when I'm flowing like I'm cold, man. I'm flow till I grow in my soul, man. Oh man. I like that flow, man. He just now he compares his flow to the vastness and the power of an ocean. The things he compares himself to is great. And throughout this whole song, he's been comparing himself to many different things. But it's something, he's basically saying he's something unstoppable and natural. Like comparing himself to the ocean, that's dope. I never really heard anything like that. But he's something the ocean's unstoppable and the ocean is very natural, right? 75% of this earth. But by invoking Conan, when he put in there, he's aligning his style with strength and resilience. So he's giving you a description of himself through other references, which I love when he does that. Flow till I grow is what is that? It's like an affirmation of how he's committed to evolving through music. You know, seeing it as an essential part of his being. Dope. I love the way he describes himself. It doesn't sound cocky. It doesn't sound like it. And even when it does, it's playful and it's not like arrogant. It's still genuine and we know it's true. And we know it's real, right? I'm a flow till I'm an old man. I said, oh, damn. You know, I'm feeling all the serotonin. He's so silly. He said, and I'm sharp like Wolverine Logan. Suplex with the float Hulk Hogan. I'm zoned in. Hey. He said, this kind of rap will give you a tongue blisters. Lighten up the world like I'm in the bar mitzvah. What? Lighten up the world like I'm in the bar mitzvah? Like his bars is lighting up this world like a bar mitzvah. He's got a whole he's got a bar mitzvah of bars. I don't know what he meant, but you know there's a double there. I can't think of everything right now, but I'm gonna figure it out later when I bump this 100 more times. But I like this, man. He's kind of expresses I would say a lifelong commitment to his art here. Like he's really getting deep into what the art means to him and how it's turned him into this. You know what I mean? This is what it's turned. It's his identity. Like without music, Ren is not the person he is today. You feel me? Like because all the influences, all the references he makes, all the things that influenced him. You know what I mean? All the inspirations he's pulled from, like it made him. It's crazy how it made him. Right? So flow till I'm an old man, implying music is just a part of his identity. It's going to be there until he's dead. He said the serotonin, that line just suggests that he's rapping well, I would say that rapping brings him genuine happiness, a natural high though. You know what I'm saying? He feels the serotonin, but he's talking about music, so I would say it's the music that's like it's like serotonin. That's the effects it has on him, and I like that because it's really not. You know what I'm saying? His music is never negative, man. Even when he gets raunchy and stuff like that, it's never too over the top. Maybe he'll make some sarcasm in there. It's never over the top. But comparing himself to Wolverine, Logan, his actual name, right? He captures, I would say, the intensity and the sharpness traits that make him stand out from other artists. To say you're sharp, to say you're really good at something, you know what I'm saying? And you're clean with it, you know what I'm saying? So he's comparing himself to other artists. It's just how we compare him. It's how we call him a unicorn. This is basically what he's saying. He's telling you how he's a unicorn is what he's doing. Suplex with the flow, Hulk Hogan, I'm zoned in. This kind of rap will give your tongue blisters. Lighten up the world like I'm a bar mitzvah. So he compares himself to, I guess, the impact of a suplex, which is a wrestling move, right? By Hulk Hogan. Emphasizing that his lyrical force comes packed with so much aggression. You know what I'm saying? When he wants to, when he's in battle, or when he's in battle mode, or when somebody's doubting him, or he feels like he has to prove a point. And he said tongue blisters, right? His lyrics give you tongue blisters. So he's suggesting that his rapping is so intense it could physically strain a lesser MC. You know what I'm saying? You need your tongue to rap, to speak, right? So he's saying his opponent, he'll give it's like giving how people say, what's a good example? So the bar mitzvah line cleverly ties the lighten up, right? Because you know how bar mitzvah, a lot of lights. He's like, so the bar mitzvah line cleverly ties his lighting up metaphor to celebrate the milestone, or as if he's illuminating the rap scene almost, right? So that's what the bar mitzvah. I mean, that's what I would say though. That's what he means by that. I don't know exactly, but I've been to one bar mitzvah, so I can't tell you too much of what goes on in there. But he said, don't resist the urge to scratch the itch and flick the switch to lift the volume and to mix it up. Every time I'm rapping, I'm tapping into mystic ballistic. Yo, what? He knew all the istic rhymes there. He said, kitty twisted but gifted. A kitty twisted but gifted. I like it, man. I like it. He encourages listeners to engage fully with his music. Right now, you got to bring your ear in a little closer, right? You got to really pay attention to what he's saying. He's really not saying too much right here. I admit he's rapping for rap's sake a little bit right now, but he's still talking about the topic at hand. So it's not completely off the mark. He just didn't have to do all of that, but he did it because it's fun, and he was having lyrical fun. So I ain't mad at it. And we all know 99% of the time he's always saying something, so he can get away with a lot of this stuff right here. But flick the switch and lift the volume, right? He just implies that his music needs to be experienced, loudly and energetically. He views his talent as both raw and refined. You know what I mean? I like that. I like when he gets into his description bag, when he starts really telling you how he sees himself. That's important. It's important to know how an artist sees himself, and I feel like he sees himself. He's one of the few artists that sees himself the same way his viewers see him. Let's talk about that for a second, huh? Not a lot of people get that.
Sailing with Sarah Palin, I'm hammering puns I'm nailing. I'm like a fish cause I'm big Tom scaling. You're like a farmer, blood you're bailing, I'm sailing. Oh boy, on my Usain Bolt, I'm the boy. Put pressure on the pier, then I call it peer pressure, then I seize the day, cause I'm the codfather, get it? Prove if you let it, pass me the lettuce. Don't pass the sugar man, cause I'm diabetic. Rubber-dub, 3 men in my top, and I'm sexually confused, so maybe they will get it. Just catch my bars next. Muscle fill bars to flex my biceps. Every time I kill it, there's buddable on the set. Tell me, do you feel it? Do you fear it or respect? Cause when I spit fast, I'm the martial arts masterclass style artist. Flow the hardest. Giving them the rhythm when I kill them with the flow. And I'm giving them the rhythm when I kill them with the oh.
He's just having fun, man. I make your spirit feel lifted. I'm coming rapid. I rip it. I take a rhythm and flip it. So take my willy and lick it. I'm done with him after that one. So now what does he do? He describes his effect on his listeners as spirit lifted, as you will, right? And I agree. I got to agree with that. He's indicating that his music has a powerful impact on the world and the people who listen to it, people who dare to listen to it and actually pay attention and take his words and take heed to what he's actually saying, right? But he got that rapid fire delivery, flip it and rip it, take my willy and lick it. I mean, he's having fun. He's being a little playful, a little brash, right? But at the same time, emphasizes his refusal to be censored. There's always a message behind, even behind the playful stuff. I would say he's reflecting on the raw and his honesty in his music. At the same time, he can't be censored. He's gonna say some vulgar ish every once in a while. Just like me, man. I try not to curse. I try to keep it clean, but every once in a while it slips. And what you want me to do, right? I'm just being myself. Somebody really DM'd me not that long ago, and I won't give them too much light, but they was going in on my DMs. It was quite hilarious, and they were just saying how. Aren't you a Christian? Why do you curse? Aren't you supposed to be perfect? And she was talking about nobody wants to be a part of your religion, and Ren's not a Christian. Stop claiming he's a Christian. Ronnie's not a Christian. All these people, right? She's naming people and saying that I'm saying they're Christian. I'm like, no, I'm just giving my perspective. I always respected Ren's stance on it. I already know he's not Christian. Y'all been told me that from the beginning. I know Ronnie's not a Christian. I know he was raised by a Christian. His father's a Christian, right? I understand all of that. But these people stand alone. They stand on their own, and they stand on something. They do stand on principle. They stand on morals, and I can respect that. I will always respect that. But I never claim for nobody else to be Christian. I'm just like, that's just crazy. But anyways, some people just take this stuff way too serious. But either way, having a lot of fun here. What else he said? We're still on verse 2. Oh, he only had 2 verses on this song. Surprisingly. But he said, I use a force. He said, he said, killer, I'm illa, blood spiller, for rilla, a thriller villain. I thought he was gonna say thriller in Manila, but anyway, he said, thriller villain, I'm a cannibal killer. I got the flow, yo. I'm fresh like a polo. I use the force in my hand, calls me hand solo, hand duo, hand true, hand quadro. Put my finger in your ring like I'm Frodo. YOLO. Nah, I haven't heard YOLO in mad long, but I'm gonna let him rock because this song is 4 years old. This is during like the COVID times, but yeah, YOLO's even older than that. But that was funny that he said that. But I feel like in all that, Ren just he's referring to himself as a killer. I would say he means like lyrically, and he could be deemed as a villain sometimes, right? Because some people look, homegirl was in my DMs pretty much treating me like a villain, and I'm like, I just be trying to spread positivity, so negative. I don't agree with your stance or your direction, how you're trying to come at me, and why are you DMing me this? Like, why are you DMing me this? Like, this is crazy. But anyways, she had a gripe with me, man. She had a gripe with me. I don't know what it was really about. I think maybe because I'm a Christian, I don't know. That's why I like that Flawedzilla song I did recently, man, on the Flawed versus Dwayne. He was like, I feel like there's an agenda against Christians. Like, just let people believe what they want to believe, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anybody else, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? People are going to get to wherever they're going to get to when they get to it on their own path. It took me 35 years to get to where I'm at. You think I'm going to force somebody else to get it overnight through a video? Get a life, lady. But anyways, that was my ramble for the day. But anyways, he said I use force, so man calls me hand solo. He's a hand duo, hand true, hand quadruple. Okay, so Ren just he's making like, clever but still a pop reference, right? Pop culture reference. These are pop culture references. This is what I would consider pop culture references. Liking himself to Han Solo, to emphasize his independence and skill. That's the comparison there. The playful reference to what he said, Frodo and YOLO. You only live once. You know what YOLO means, right? So he captures Ren's, I would say, carefree attitude and just an enjoyment of life's like absurdity. You know what I'm saying? All while he's aware of the transcience of it, right? And maybe his part in it, or maybe just acknowledging it. It's cool to just acknowledge it, you know what I'm saying? That's the first step, right? I'm parasailing it with Sarah Palin. I'm hammering puns. Puns I'm nailing. I'm like a fish because I'm a big time scaling. You're like a farmer, but you're bailing. That's crazy, dog. I like how he did that. I like how he explained that, First of all, the Sarah Palin, like I explained earlier, the Sarah Palin, you just switch the S and the P. And now you got parasailing. That's just funny to me. Parasailing with Sarah Palin. That's funny. But I still feel like Ren's, Sarah Palin and, big time scaling they're just comically absurd at the end of the day, right? He's being funny. He's just having a blast. That's all. He's showing his talent, but in a playful language, and creating, I would say, like imagery that just hard to forget. It kind of stands out a little bit. And now when I hear this song, I am going to think about the Sarah Palin parasailing line. You know what I'm saying? It's not an important line, but that's the type of thing. He's a master of attention. Like, he can get you to listen. You know what I'm saying? He can get you to remember him. You won't forget him. Once you encounter Ren, you will never forget him. You will never forget him, right? And you'll never forget the experience of when you first really encountered him, right? When you really took in his words and understood, like, oh, this guy is special. I get it. I get it now. Shout out my boy Uncle Bito. He's on YouTube. He has his own channel. Make sure y'all go subscribe and show him some love. I'll be chopping it up with him. I'm trying to. I try to show him whatever I know. I don't know that much, you know what I'm saying. But the channel did grow kind of fast, and every time I try to catch up with him, whether we FaceTime or whatever, just giving him pointers, helping him with thumbnails or whatever the case may be, and he's finally he just started reacting to Ren, and I feel like it's cool. It's cool that he's getting that Ren effect, and the Renegades are over there, you know, the stands and whoever else, right? Sometimes it's just how you present yourself. You just got to present yourself in a certain way that attracts attention. And I'm only speaking to that because Ren knows how to do that. He knows how to do that. He knows how to attract attention. For good, though, I would say. For good, right? So the scaling up, you know, obviously fish scaling up, farmers bailing out, like just the wordplay right there with those two dualities, right? It's cool. Presenting himself as someone, I would say, that's ascending while others struggle to keep up is how he's describing that whole farmers and people bailing out or whatever. It's dope, man. I just I like how he finds these weird comparisons. They're all unique to me, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I give him the most props at. $96. Okay, she's spending money today. But okay. Anyways, man, I would say it was a lot of lyrical flexing in here, right? And I would say it was really a declaration on his identity. I would say that before actually lyrical flexing and the identity declaration, I would say they're on par, the same thing. That was his goal. And he mixes it, you know, with self-aware humor and social commentary as always. And I would say a relentless passion for just hip hop. You could just feel it, dog. You could feel it. He's a hip hop dude first. I'm telling y'all right now. He's many things, but he's hip hop first. We're claiming him, and I think it's appropriate. And his references range from pop culture to icons to, you know, I don't know, complex metaphors, and just making each line connect. So shout out to Ren. Love Music Part 3. I had a blast. I love lyric videos. Part 4 is on the way. Give me a couple days, and we're going to drop like 4 more Ren reactions this week. We out!
Oh man, yeah, I'm flowing like an ocean, and I'm strong when I'm flowing like I'm Conan. I'm a flow till I grow in my soul, I'm a flow till I'm old, man.